I'm Ashley.
And I'm Brooke.
And you're here with us on A Teachers Who Talk Crime
podcast.
What up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
We are here, and you can see us.
You can see us.
Well, some of y'all can see us. Some of y'all are just listening to us. But
That's very true.
Now we got the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Okay.
If you haven't figured it out yet, we're on YouTube, baby.
We sure are. Mr. Worldwide.
Well, my light just died. So,
oh, dang.
Great.
RIP that light.
Yeah, I gotta charge
it's fine.
it. Okay.
We'll be all right.
We will. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
we can still see you. It's fine.
Yeah, it just helped. It just helped.
I can still see the reflection of mine in my glasses. Look at all the O's up there. It's crazy.
I just have to keep this thing charged. This is the Alex Earl attachment light that I use everywhere. Alex Earl.
Alex?
She's the influencer, the big influencer.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got it off Amazon. So I will link it. But it's really great. I take it everywhere.
It was expensive.
No, well, it's like $30.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, but that charge has lasted me like 3 weeks. And I've taken it to school. And now I just used it here. I did all my OOTDs this weekend with it.
So. Okay. You know what really sucks? What? The service in my school is horrible. And when I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, which I have to be in order to function, because we are literally in a dead zone. And when we're connected to the Wi-Fi, the school banned TikTok, so I can't record any TikToks in my building.
Yeah.
But you got all the footages in your classroom.
Yeah, but I have to be off the Wi-Fi. Ours is banned as well.
But you still have service when you off the Wi-Fi.
I do still have service. Yes.
That John just be like a flat line.
Yeah. See, it was like that in my old district because my old school that I worked at was a previous bomb shelter. And so my classroom was we called it the dungeon. It was zero service. And yeah. And so James would have to email me. Or there was one corner in the window I could sit my phone on the ceiling or the sill of the window and I could get one bar.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's none of that. There's no bars. There's nothing happening at all.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So it sucks because I'm making all this great teacher content, but it's in my bedroom. So it doesn't have the same effect as if I was in my room.
You could do the background, the green screen background of a classroom.
Yeah, it's just not the same, man.
No, it's not.
It's just not the same. It's not. I can't even open it to scroll when I'm on my lunch break. It's really treacherous.
Wow.
I'm struggling. Yeah.
You can't do a VPN? Put a VPN on your phone and then be connected to the Wi-Fi.
How I do that? That sounds complicated.
It's not. I did it all the time in China.
Yeah. Give me a tutorial when you're down here.
I will.
Because I don't.
And then you can bypass the block.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy. Okay. And then you turn it right back off.
She about to teach me the ways, y'all.
Yeah. That's how we had to hack the internet in China.
Don't say that too loud. You know they listening.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I didn't do that.
She didn't. She sure didn't. Mm-mm.
I didn't.
She was a upstanding citizen.
I was.
Sure was.
Yes, I was. I was. I did. I obeyed all the rules.
She sure did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So that's our big announcement. This is our first YouTube. I hope you guys like it. Obviously, this is going to be a new learning curve. We're constantly 100%. Learning. That's the beauty of education. You're always learning.
Always.
Lifelong learner.
Period.
So if you are on YouTube, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
If you're still listening to us in your car on audio, what's up?
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
Yes. Y'all are OGs. But yeah, if you do want to see us while we record, it's a crap show over here. But it is what it is. It's our life. So
it's kind of weird that you guys are going to be watching us now.
I know.
I feel like I have to always be conscious.
Yeah.
Of looking because I have RBF real bad. So I might just be like. So I'm constantly looking at myself smile.
Yeah. I had all of my. I'm trying to clean out my underwear drawer. Because
Okay.
everyone should do that every year, right?
100%. Yeah.
So I had all of the ones I'm throwing away. I had them up here on this like dresser, and I was like, oh yeah, I probably should remove those.
And the Karens would be like, does she have panties on there?
That's
Teachers shouldn't show their panties.
Yeah. So I did clean up the background for you guys beforehand, but this is like my get ready room. This is my recording room. This is when
That's
James,
my room.
Yep. This is when James snores too loud room. So
yeah. And my big old body is just blocking when I got back here. There's like a little mirror, a basket of my workout clothes, but now you can't see it.
Now you can. Now you can. Now you
Period.
can. Yeah. So we're revealing a little bit more of who we are to you guys slowly but steady. We said season 3 was going to bring a lot of different things, and we truly meant it. So this is just step 1 in all the things that we mentioned. We're still trying to get a website up and going for you guys to order the merch, but it's ready. You saw it on our Instagram.
So far.
Keep that in your heads. I'm working on that now, and it'll be ready soon.
Okay. We want to give a shout out to John.
Oh, and we are with an agency. We are now with the agency called Wayfair, not the one you can sell furniture on. It's spelled differently.
Wayfair, they got just what we need.
And our main guy is John. So shout out to John.
What you're watching, what you're listening to was edited by him. So shout out to John.
So
Little John and Eastside Boys.
Yep. Little John and the Wayfair Boys.
Yes. We love that.
So that's our new slogan. Trademark. There you go. You're welcome, John.
Even though Lil John probably gonna come get us.
Right.
Like the real Lil John.
What's he do now?
I imagine he's still yelling.
Because Lil Wayne's making a comeback.
I know, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah, me too.
I was a big Lil Wayne fan when I was younger. Like, I remember one day I was at my friend's house, and I twisted my braids so they look like dreads, and I put foil on my teeth, and I put a couple teardrops over here, and I was walking around like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
100%.
He was at the Colorado game this weekend. Yeah.
Wow. Lil Weezy.
So he's coming back, baby.
I can't wait. I mean, he never really left in my eyes because
I feel like he had that similar situation happen. He did have that situation that happened to Taylor Swift. Like all of his music didn't belong to him. And so it was some weird thing with the Carter 3 and the Carter 4 or whatever it was.
The Carter 5, Carter 7.
So it was like a contract issue. And so that's why he stopped producing music, because he was like, well, if I'm not going to own it, then I'm not going to produce it. And I think it was just recently, whenever the most recent Carter album came out, that contract got
null and void?
Yeah, I think so. In that way. And that's why he started making music again. Yeah.
Okay.
Just protecting his own.
As you should. You're not going to work for stuff that don't belong to you. I know I wouldn't work if I didn't get paid.
Exactly.
So,
should be no different for the celebrities.
100%. What is
that
piece sticking out over here? Get out of there.
Yeah. I had to have my little sprout.
Not your little sprout.
My little sprout.
I'm cracking up.
So that's really everything we've got to say.
Yeah, 100%. We're one step closer to episode 100. We still haven't figured out what we're going to do for that, but it's coming real fast.
It is.
It's coming real fast. If you guys have any ideas of what to do for 100, maybe a giveaway,
let us know.
Maybe, I don't know,
a case suggestion.
Something.
Do you want to see it switched up? Do you not want it to be a murder? I don't know. What do you want to see?
What would you want it to be? Would you want it to be not dealing with a kid? An adult? The possibilities are really endless at this point. They
truly are.
They really are. So we can do a lot of things. Just let us know,
Give us some ideas.
Because we have zero.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
But it's okay, because, y'all are always great with the suggestions and
stuff.
Or
maybe we'll show up dressed as old women on our YouTube for episode 100.
Oh my God.
Kind of like the 100th day of school.
I kind of mess with that.
Yes.
I kind of like that.
And what if we did a murder of a oh, never mind.
Not an old person.
I didn't.
What if we?
Yeah, I realized I probably should have said that.
No, but dressing up would be so fun.
Yeah.
You probably got all the stuff for that already. I gotta
do.
go. Dang, I gotta go get me a wig. Dang. I might just
put your hair up in curlers. Put it in your bonnet.
Child.
Put like glasses, and then we could do.
What you mean glasses? I'm blind.
Yeah, but like have our glasses, have our moo-moo, have our coffee, have our hair up in our bonnet. Do the lines. We can draw the lines on our foreheads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We about to be on lane. I call Bertha.
Oh, that's a good one.
I want to be
I'm Gertrude.
Hi, I'm Bertha.
I'm Gertrude.
I kind of like this. I like this idea.
Gertie for short.
Not Gertie.
Gertie for short.
Gertie with the girdle?
Yeah. Gertie for short.
That's fire. I like that.
Yeah. We got our idea.
I kind of want a gray wig, though. I'm going to look for one.
Okay.
I kind of want a gray curly wig. Kind of just want to see what I'm going to look like because I've been plucking too many gray hairs.
Oh, no.
And I'm not really a fan.
No.
I'm not really a fan of it.
No.
And they just keep coming.
No.
And they just alternate who they've come from. It's like Skylar, Aria. Skylar.
No. Aria, I don't like that for you.
I hate that for me.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't look like I'm about to be 34 in November.
No.
Point blank period.
I don't wish gray hair on anybody except for my grandma because she wants it. My mom will praise for gray hair. But Jesus hasn't given it to her yet.
I will never pray for that.
She really wants it.
I will never pay for that. Ever.
So.
Yeah. Wow.
But any other ideas, send them over.
100%. And before we continue, I've realized that, things like certain things bring me joy these days. Like buying new appliances. Your girl got a binding machine to make books for her classroom. I'm going to be binding everything.
Everything's going to be binded.
Everything's going to be a booklet. Everything. Okay.
And I love that for you.
I showed Brooke my little one that I made for one of my girls in my class because she needs a schedule, she needs a reinforcer page, a feeling page, cute. Calm down strategies. I'm going to take a nicer video probably in my classroom tomorrow and post it on Teachers Talk Crimes Instagram.
I love
But by that
idea.
time, y'all have already seen it because this is coming out, after that.
Later, yeah.
But it's really fire, and I literally am going to turn everything in a booklet.
So you get a booklet, you get a booklet, you 100%. Get a booklet.
But it's got to be laminated first, so that's going to take a lot of work. So I'm going to have to be conscious of the thing that I booklet, but
booklets are coming.
Everybody
gets a booklet.
And since I only have 22 kids versus 110, everybody's getting a booklet.
Oh.
Your mom want a booklet? I'm going to make one.
You should do that for Parents' Day or Christmas gifts.
But what's going to be in a booklet?
The stuff the kids made for their parents.
You know what? That's fire.
Yep.
The possibilities are endless. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just thinking of things to bind. I'm like, what else can I put? Make it into a book. Because I'm going to do it.
You can take all the artwork the teachers sent home from Skylar and Aria, make it a booklet.
Or maybe all their papers. Oh my God, I can make a booklet just for first grade.
See? There you go. Done.
Oh man. We done changed the game, baby. We done changed the game, baby.
Booklets for everybody.
The game, baby.
Trudy, you getting a booklet for Christmas.
Yeah. Papa, you getting one too. Auntie Stephanie?
Booklet.
Everybody. Everybody, booklets. So it was only $42 on Amazon.
So now everybody gets a Christmas present and you've only spent $42.
100%.
Yeah.
$42 and it came with 100 of the little binder things for the side.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's a decent price. $42.
That is really good. Yeah.
I'm telling you. I mean, the other ones was 100 or something. And I was like, I teach for a living. I can't do that. But my little cheap John, she's doing it. She's putting in work.
She's working. Yeah.
She's working all day. Working 9 to 5. That's what she's doing. Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So do you want to get into our...
Estudiante estrella. That's probably weird because you guys have probably heard it this time, like all the time. And now you actually see me saying it.
Yeah.
And it's really as extra as it sounds. 100%.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let me find that. Our estudiante estrella is Dolores G08.
Dolores is also a good old lady name.
You know what? I'm Dolores.
Yep. I'm Gertie.
I'm Bertha. Dolores. I think I want Dolores. Not to say you old, Dolores. Not saying that at all.
But it's
not
a great... I feel like you're going to age well with your name.
Oh, 100%.
Can you imagine all of us as 99-year-olds, like Ashley as a 99-year-old? Like,
I feel like there
we
are
don't
certain
have
names.
Old lady names.
I feel like you should 100% when you get a certain age have the opportunity to change your name to an old lady name.
Because I can't see me with gray hair and my grandkids are... That's my grandma Brooke. What?
I mean, I already got gray hair, so I'm still Ashley.
My grandma's name is Doris and her first name is Rhoda. That is grandma through it. That's grandma through and through.
Not grandma Roro.
Yep. I mean, you know.
I'm crying. But I kind of mess with Dolores. I think my old lady name could be Dolores.
It could.
But Dolores G08, her review is titled "Love, Love, Love These Ladies."
Yeah.
I love you, Dolores.
We do.
Love you. And her review reads, "This podcast is my go-to favorite. I absolutely love these ladies and what they do. They are so inspiring to me as a student teacher." Dolores!
Student teaching. Oh.
Dolores! You about to become one of us.
Yes.
Yes, girl. I wish I could have them as my teacher besties. I'm always listening every Monday on my way to work to get me hyped up for the week. I love the compassion that these educators show all students. Heart.
Aww.
Dolores!
Do you want a booklet, Dolores?
I can make you a book, girl. I can make you a book. I got a machine that do that now.
Yeah.
I'm talented.
And
well,
gifted.
Dolores, we love that. I would love to know, like, how far along. Well, if you're student teaching, you at the end, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You at the end.
Yeah.
You about to cross the road into teacherhood.
And I hope it's everything you thought it was.
100%. It might not be at first. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, stick with this.
Yep.
Stick with it, Dolores. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little ghetto right now in some places. It's a little ghetto.
But it's rewarding.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Even last year when I was like, I'm quitting and I'm never teaching again. Here I am. Year 9
and you're
for
happy.
real.
You are a lot happier.
I am. I really truly enjoy my new school. I enjoy my coworkers. I feel so supported and like
appreciated.
The girls as teachers, I'm cool with them, but they're always like, you're such an inspiration. Da 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 da. Like, we need more parents like you. The girls are so well behaved. And like, words of affirmation is my love language.
Yeah.
So if my future husband is listening to this, tell me all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Because we love that here. So every day I'm literally boosted. Every day.
As you should, though.
And it's just like, wow. Like,
yep. I saw like a really good quote the other day, and it was like, are you really burned out, or are you just working for the wrong admin? And I was like, whoa, that was powerful.
Because I'm not going to, like, at my old job, like, you know, I had Lugo and I had my friends there. Like, they boosted me. But, like, the people that I wanted to be boosted by,
no boosted.
Boostless. Boostless, you know? So, yeah. But Dolores G08, thank you so much for your review. This gold star's for you. Bing.
Yeah.
And also, side note, the town that I live in is their numbers are raising every time I go check.
Love that.
We're the top 4 now.
Okay.
The top 4, 41 listeners. Yeah.
Keep the support coming.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Because, yeah.
My assistant principal literally was like, oh my God, I love your podcast. I was like, okay, thanks. Girl. Thanks, girl.
Appreciate that.
Oh my God.
Fangirling.
Wow. I really got a fan.
Yeah.
And she's my boss. Wow. Crazy.
Yeah. But speaking of fangirling,
What?
This week, we have our special guest on. Did I already say that?
Period.
And some of you guys have already guessed it, but we are so excited. And we are going to be on her podcast as well. So stay tuned for that. And we hope this is like where Teachers Talk Crime reaches even more teachers.
100%. And even non-teachers. Like, we don't discriminate over here. We love all really y'all. Just don't leave us a comment about that we talking too much about teacher stuff, because it literally is in the title. I'm just saying, we're teachers.
And there's this thing. It's called fast forward button.
100%. And we also learn from our mistakes. And now it says in the show notes when the episode starts. So if you don't want to hear all this jibber jabber chitter chatter, just you know? Yeah.
But so we are over our 10-minute time limit, but we haven't really gotten to chat with you guys. So we are going to jump into the case. So sit down, shut up. The murder is about to begin.
Ahora.
Okay, so today we will be talking about a mass shooting. It is not a school shooting. However, it is a mass shooting. So please keep that in mind as you listen to today's episode. We will discuss gun violence, mentions of domestic abuse, and murder, with sprinkles of mentions of suicide as well. So on July 30th, 2016, a tragic incident unfolded during a house party where both college and high school students were attending. During the party, a mass shooting took place, resulting in the loss of 3 lives and in the injury of another individual. The shooter quickly fled the scene of the crime and in disbelief of what he had done. Approximately 90 minutes following the shooting, a suspect by the name of Allen Christopher Ivanov, 19 years old, was arrested. On August 2nd, 2016, Allen faced charges of aggravated murder, attempted murder, and assault. He entered a plea of not guilty to all charges on August 22nd. In a significant turn of events, though, on December 19th, 2016, Allen decided to forego his right to appeal his sentence and instead decided to plead guilty to the acts of violence he had committed. On January 12th, 2017, Allen received a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now, this tragic incident also sparked a widespread conversation about the need for stricter gun control measures in the state of Washington. So let's jump into it. The night of the shooting, a party was being held in Mukilteo, and I'm probably saying that wrong, Mukilteo, Washington, at a $1 million home. And the reason I bring up the value of the home is not to like insinuate anything, but it's to show that like these things can happen anywhere to anyone at any time.
100%.
No one is like, I feel like in this day and age, and this is my opinion, in this day and age in 2023, no one is discriminated against when it comes to gun violence. I just feel like people are going to Walmart now. You know what I mean? And then these things are happening. So this is a $1 million home in upscale Washington, about 20 minutes from Seattle.
Okay.
The party had about 20 people in attendance, both attending high school or college, making the partygoers between the ages of 17 and 20 years old, give or take. Allen Ivanov pulled up to the party around 10 p.m. and attended the party unarmed. Some sources claim that he stood outside the home. Other sources claim that he went inside the home and just kind of stood there and hanged around for a minute without really interacting with many people. Those sources are very conflicting. So he went to the party. It's really unknown if he walked in and mingled or if he just kind of stood outside the home. Regardless, he was there at 10 p.m.
Did he know anybody there?
Yeah. These are his classmates.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was just curious if he was just a rando or if he knew people.
No,
since he didn't go inside and mingle, since it's unclear what he did.
Right. He was then seen just observing the party and checking things out. But after a little while, Allen went back to his vehicle where he pulled out his AR-style rifle, walked around the side of the house, and crept along the wall of the living room. So outside of the home. So he was moving up against the wall so that he could stay concealed.
Mm-hmm.
And this wall was up against the living room, which was inside.
Got you.
Jacob Long, 19 years old, spotted Allen and immediately saw the gun. And Allen was seen kind of making himself a chameleon. He was trying to like back himself into the wall. But at that point, he had already been spotted by Jacob. And people could hear Jacob cry out, "No, no, no," as he was shot 3 times in the back as he was running away, and he was killed on sight.
Mm-mm.
The first set of shots killing Jacob rang out about midnight. So keep in mind, Allen arrived at the party at 10. He started shooting at midnight. At this point, Allen was spotted as people heard the scream and clearly heard the shots. So Allen kept firing outside of the home. Among those shots, he hit and wounded Will Kramer, who was 18 years old. Will was shot in the back, and Will does ultimately survive. However, Will was in a hospital for over a month before he was released, and multiple sources conflict on if he still suffers any recurring aftermath of the shooting.
So he wasn't paralyzed?
So some sources say he is paralyzed, and then others say that he's not. So I didn't want to put in here that he could be or he could not be. He was injured, and obviously the body has trauma. So Will is definitely still suffering. Now, what that means is I don't really know.
Okay, got you.
Mm-hmm. But Will was able to stay low to the ground once he had been shot in the back, and he was able to crawl away. Allen then spotted Jordan Ebner, 19 years old, who was outside with Will, and he was shot and killed outside of the home of the party. So Jordan and Will were sitting together. Sources say they were sitting like by a fire pit, kind of like just kind of hanging out outside the backyard. And Will got shot. Jordan got shot. Jordan ended up dying. Will ended up being shot in the back and crawling away.
Got you. What month was this again?
January.
Okay. Ooh, it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
It is cold, especially in Washington.
Yes.
It's cold.
I'm sorry. July.
Okay, I was about to say, y'all outside of a fire pit?
In July. He was convicted in January.
Okay.
Yeah, he was convicted in January. July. Okay. Sorry. But I don't really think it gets like super hot in Washington State.
No.
So, yeah.
No.
Yeah. So then Allen made his way through the patio doors to his main target, Anna Buey, 19 years old, who was sitting at the kitchen table of the home. He walked up to Anna and shot her multiple times point blank, with some bullets even hitting Anna in the face. She died at the scene of the crime. Now, after shooting Anna, Allen went upstairs to the master bedroom and found the balcony of the home. And he began firing rounds down from the balcony at other partygoers. Now, one was shot in the leg, but both partygoers managed to escape the spray of bullets raining down on them. So he's up on this balcony. He's shooting down into the backyard. He ends up hitting another person in the leg with a bullet, but that's actually the only injury that was related from the mass, like bullets from the balcony, which is a miracle in itself.
100%. He's not. He's not very good. A very good shot.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see why. Okay. So during this time, multiple partygoers were hiding from Allen, locking themselves in pantries, locking themselves in the bathrooms, crawling away, running from the scene, the whole 9 yards. And they were even calling their families and 911 in fear of their lives. And I have some sound clips for you of what this actually sounded like. So I will play it here.
Close that it actually burned his leg. And at this point, the people that had locked themselves in closets and in bathrooms trying to hide from Allen Ivanov were calling police, they were calling relatives.
We just came into my house and started shooting all my friends. They're bleeding to death on the floor. There's people laying on the ground outside, like that are dead.
Their voices are panicked, but they're like so in disbelief of what's happening.
Yeah.
Because you don't go to a house party thinking anything like this is ever going to happen.
100%.
Like the one guy's like, my friends are outside dead on the ground.
Yeah.
And he says it just like that. Like,
and then the one girl, like, the people came to my house, we're having a party in my house and everybody's shot and they're bleeding and dead. And
yeah. It's just, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So when Allen ran out of ammunition, he fled the scene, leaving 3 people dead and 1 seriously injured. Now, when Allen left the balcony because his clip was out of bullets, his intention was to go back and get his second clip. But for some reason, we don't know, Allen decided to not reload his rifle and he decided to leave the scene.
Okay.
I'm not saying Allen's a good guy by any means, but thank God he did this. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, I don't know what happened. We don't know if some moral compass came over him at that moment. Who knows? But for whatever reason, Allen did not go back into the home with his second clip that he had bought. Now, the whole ordeal from the very first shot that took place to the very last shot lasted a slightly longer than 1 minute, sources say.
All of that was 60 seconds?
Yes.
That's
Got
crazy.
out of his car, snuck around the building, shot the first victim, rounded the corner, shot the other two, walked into the home, shot Anna, went up to the master bedroom, sprayed the rest of his bullets down from the balcony, walked out, left.
That's really quick.
Yes.
I would not have expected that timing at all.
But I mean, think about the school shootings that we hear about, and they're like, it was only 5 minutes, you know?
And it probably felt like a lifetime.
Especially for those people that are locked inside those closets
100%.
or that were sitting there.
Or even the ones who are laying there, like, pretending.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's...
I mean, it's scary.
That is absolutely terrifying.
So clearly there was no detective work that needed to be done on who the shooter was when police arrived, but it became very crucial that they find Allen. Like, it was top priority that Allen be found. So police quickly pinged Allen's phone and were able to locate him in only 90 minutes. He was arrested by state troopers on the interstate over 100 miles away from the home in which he had caused havoc.
Wow.
He had already made it 100 miles.
That's crazy. He was booking it.
He was. And how he didn't get a speeding ticket prior to them, like, pinging his phone, I don't know.
Right?
But, so, police uncovered the AR-15 type rifle that was located in his vehicle, along with the 2 magazines of bullets that Allen had purchased. So Allen's own mother even called the police with worry that Allen was somehow involved in the shooting that she had just heard about on the news, on the scanners. Parents are now talking, right? Because these kids are calling their families.
Yeah.
They're calling the police. They're calling their families, all these things. Well, Allen's mom actually calls 911, and the operator's like, so you think your son's involved? And she goes, yes, I think my son's involved. He just left for Portland. I think he's involved in what just happened, blah, blah, blah. So like early on in this case, they have that evidence that his mom knew something was off. She just knew.
Yeah.
So let's get into who Allen Ivanov is and why he did such a horrific thing. So Allen was 19 years old at the time of the shooting, and he was studying software engineering at the University of Washington, Bothell. University of Washington, Bothell. I've never heard of that college, but that's where he was at.
Okay.
He attended and graduated from Kamiak High School with honors for his academic excellence. Allen was very interested in all things technology. He was a chess player and participated in the robotics competitions. Allen was also adopted at a very early age to some immigrants that migrated to America. And they adopted Allen and they raised him very well. I mean, people said that Allen came from such loving parents. He was given everything he wanted. Some even said that they were almost a little too loving, like that they felt like Allen got away with things that he probably shouldn't have. But to each their own when you want to parent. Your parenting style, your kid, you do what you want to do. So not only did they love Allen and give him a good life, this family was also very well off. Allen wasn't struggling for anything. There was no abuse in the home. There was no neglect. There was just nothing. He got adopted into a great family.
And just did a horrible thing.
Exactly. Now, in 2012, Allen launched a successful Kickstarter campaign for his laser tag brand, Skirmos, I think is how you pronounce it. We're going to call it Skirmos. And he ended up raising about $98,000 to put towards his brand. His brand was an open source laser tag system. So I want you to think of like Pokemon Go, right? Where everybody could just walk around in the street and see a Pokemon. Do you remember that?
100%. I was part of that craze.
You were, okay.
I sure was.
I figured you were.
What that's supposed to mean?
You're just a gamer, and I figured that would appeal to you.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. So I never did it.
Yeah. It was a time. Gotta
But
get your
I
money.
remember everybody was doing it.
Oh, everybody would be like, there's a rare right you or whatever, you know?
Right there on the dumpster.
It was crazy. That joint was nuts.
So Allen kind of had a similar idea, but it was called like open source laser tag. So you could like just be out and about and do laser tag.
That's kind of fire though.
It is pretty cool, right? So Allen started this company and he had all this money and he was putting it towards his company. He was getting marketing. He was doing very well for himself. He was very intelligent. Allen was also known to be very social, had a great social life. And Allen was also in a very serious relationship with Anna Buie.
Oh, no. You know, the minute that you was like, he went in for the target, I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So Allen and Anna began dating a year prior to the shooting. They dated for a year. And in 2016, the couple decided that they would break up. Now, sources say that Allen was actually the one to end this relationship with Anna. And he called it off. And then he told police that once, I think he said it was probably like a week or two, he realized like he made a mistake. So he wanted to get Anna back. And by this time, Anna was like, no, thank you. I'm not interested.
Dang.
Yeah. So it was also noted that the pair met up the day before the shooting. And this was kind of like Allen's last attempt. He wanted to kind of reconcile the relationship. But Anna, again, rejected him and indicated that she just wanted to move on. Like they could be friends, but they didn't need to date anymore.
Did we know the reason? We don't know the reason why they broke up, right? Okay.
No. There were no sources in anything. Allen ended the relationship and then immediately regretted it. It's kind of, I don't know, really weird. And Allen told police that they had been broken up for about 2 months at the time of the shooting, but that it was a huge mistake and Anna was his first kiss, his first love, his first everything, and he just wanted her. Yeah. Police were also able to uncover a time frame. And about a week before the mass shooting, Allen purchased a rifle on his own. And then a day before the shooting, he purchased a second magazine clip after he left his job at the Apple store at Alderwood Mall.
Hey, Ashton. Hey, girl.
So clearly, you bought the gun weeks before. You then went and bought a second magazine clip full of bullets right before the shooting. So this is clearly premeditation. Like how else can you argue that, right? Like it's premeditation.
And he bought the gun, you said a month before?
A week before the mass shooting.
Oh, a week. Okay. So they had been broken up. And then he bought the
second a month at that point.
Okay. All right.
And then he bought the second magazine clip of bullets a day before.
Got you. Okay.
So, like I said, I don't know how you can argue that this is not premeditated. And according to court documents, Allen was so unfamiliar with guns that, remember that 2-hour time frame between Allen arriving to the party and actually ringing out the first shot? Yeah, from 10 to 12, 2 hours. Yeah. Allen was so unfamiliar with guns, he read the rifle's manual in his car prior to getting out and performing the shooting that night.
And I don't know much about guns. The ARs are the big ones?
Yes.
So here's my thing. If this is your first time, wanting to do something like this, you pick the biggest gun. Which, in my eyes, the bigger it is, the more complicated it is. That's just how my brain works. The smaller you just, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And go ahead. But that one, you got to snap things and you got to position it
click
right.
Things,
and why would you get that?
I don't even know.
Of all, get a simple, I'm granted, don't get anything. I'm not condoning this by any means, but,
But he didn't know what he was doing regardless.
And then you didn't ask nobody in the store? I mean, that would have kind of been like suspicious. But like, this is 2016.
Yeah.
2016. There was YouTube. I mean, again, not condoning any of this. I'm just saying, you just went on a whim, was like, this one looked nice, I'm going to get it.
And then he didn't even know how to load the magazine. Like, he sat in his car for 2 hours outside of this home and read the manual.
That's crazy. I didn't even know guns came with manuals, so that's crazy.
I didn't either. Yeah. I had no idea. I mean, the more you know.
100%.
But, that's why, he was just spraying bullets everywhere. He didn't know what he was doing. I mean, he took lives regardless. I mean, even somebody who doesn't understand guns understands you point and you pull the trigger, right? So, like, he understood that part of it, and he was able to make some shots that killed people ultimately. And I don't know. It speaks volumes that, like, this just speaks to me more that it was premeditated. Like, you're not even a gun collector. You're not even a gun advocacy. Yeah. Like, you just bought it for this sole purpose. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that to me is obvious, right?
Yeah.
So Allen also had let some people in on the idea of the shooting prior to it taking place. So once the police got Allen's phone, they uncovered several things. And when Allen would sign out of his text messages, like his logging off, like, hey, I'm going to go to bed, like whatever, his little sign off, he started logging off as Allen, future shooter. And he also created a Twitter account. He had never had social media prior. He created a Twitter account, and his first and only tweet said, "This will be my first and last tweet." He also created an Instagram account, which is private, but his post was of his AR-15 and the 2 magazines. And the caption was something about, "They're not going to be able to outrun me." So, weird. Now.
So nobody reported this to anybody. They were just like, "Oh, they're not gonna outrun me." Nice post,
Allen's being Allen. Allen's being weird.
Is that what?
Actually, several people
wasn't
knew.
Weird. He wasn't weird.
He wasn't. No.
And this sounds like all of this would have been out of his character.
Exactly.
Because I'm not like judging nobody by like their profession, but I feel like if you're an engineer, you a little nerdy.
Yeah.
You a little nerdy. And ain't nothing wrong being a nerd. I mean, and if you a software, you're not a nerd. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying,
Right.
If I was to picture a software engineer, no, I'm a little nerdy.
I mean, he created his own company for laser tag.
Yeah, like
he played chess for fun.
And I thought it was just checkers with fancy pieces. I still think that to this day. And they could move different ways and up and down and diagonal. And I just don't want to do that.
The only reason I know what one of those pieces, because BB Rexa made that song about the queen being able to move all over the board.
Oh, that's because who run the world, girls, period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I get where you're going, and no one actually reported any of this. Now, his friends did come forward and say, like, we knew he was struggling with the breakup with Anna, but like, we didn't ever think that it would get to this point. Yeah. And his friends couldn't have known the pathway and the verge of a breakdown that Allen was about to take. But we consistently say on this podcast, see something, say something.
100%.
And because who knows, had they said something about Allen's condition and how it was like unraveling, he could have gotten help and no one would have had to die.
Yeah, once I would have saw that post, like, they can't outrun me. Like, who? Because targets don't run. So, like, if you go into the gun range, those targets, they just a piece of paper. Yeah. So who is running? Allen.
And I'm going to also be avoiding Allen.
100%. Like, Allen going to be there? Nah,
nope,
I'm not going to come. I don't want to be around him. He talking about running. And I'm not a very fast runner.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not placing blame on his friends. I'm sure that they live with enough guilt as it is
100%.
Because survivor's guilt is a thing. I am not placing blame. But for educational purposes, those statements and things like that should be taken seriously.
Always.
And they should be reported and they should be spoken about. And we need to have conversations about these things. Now, police and even Allen himself said that his motive was driven by the recent breakup between him and Anna. And he allowed his anger towards Anna to move and fuel his fire.
Here's the thing, Allen. You broke up with her.
Exactly.
So if you want to be mad at anyone, Allen, be mad at yourself. Because she decided that she wanted to pick up and move on, and he gonna break up with me, fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna dwell in it. I'm gonna use this as a lesson. I'm gonna pick up my stuff and I'm gonna move on. That's what you should have done, Allen.
Mm-hmm.
But you was mad that she want to take you back, and that's a you problem, Allen.
It is. You cannot be mad at how somebody reacts to what you caused.
100%.
What's the saying? The saying is something way better than that. It's way more philosophical. But it's like, how you treat me, don't be mad about how I react to it or something like that.
I never heard that before.
She just did what she's 6, 17, 18. Come on now, Allen. You broke up with her.
She in college,
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going, granted y'all had a year in. I get it. But some people just don't want to dwell on it. You broke up with me, all right, I'm going to move on. I'm not begging nobody. I'm moving on, Allen. And then you want to come like, please, I made a mistake. Sure did. You sure did. And now you
live with it.
And now you can figure it out by yourself, Allen, because me, I'm up out of here. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On August 1st, 2016, Allen appeared on a video chat at a probable cause hearing explaining what had caused him to kill the 3 teenagers. He, as in Allen, said that he had received Snapchats from Anna enjoying her life without him and that he lost control of his emotions. He said he shot her when he saw her with another guy at the party. Allen added that Anna was his, quote, dream girl, and he was extremely jealous when she broke things off with him.
But she didn't.
No, but in his head, she did because she didn't take him back. Yeah.
First of all, Allen, why are you still looking at her stuff? Why are you still looking at stuff? See, me,
and
if you end things with me, you are dead to me. Yeah, 100%. Not physically, like I'm not gonna go do no crazy stuff, but like there's no more memories. You are deleted. You don't need to see my life. You don't need to see what I got going on because you decided to do what you did.
Right.
So like the fact that you going out there searching for it, Allen, like, sir, what did you expect her to do? Cry? And be sad? All the time?
Nobody posts their bad days. I'm sure she was sad, but nobody posts their bad days.
No. I mean, sometimes people do, but
Yeah. Big trend now.
Yeah, 100%. You be sad on TikTok sometimes. I'm like, damn, my friend said.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Allen, like, she already said no. She said no. You still looking, you hoping to see something. She still miss me. Like,
right.
Allen, be done with it.
Yeah. You did it. You left her.
And then you want to blame her. She didn't take me back. Sir, you probably crushed her heart.
Yeah. Y'all were together for over a year. Y'all were each other's first kiss, first love. Yeah, you hurt her. I'm sure you did.
Come on now. She was probably like, you know what? He hurt me in such a way that he doesn't even deserve to have me now. So
yeah,
kudos to her for standing her ground. But I also hate that you did that to her because she didn't deserve that at all.
No.
None of those people deserved it. All the trauma, even the people who didn't even experience, like, who maybe got out before and were there. Because, side note, as you know, maybe last year, I don't remember when it was, there was a shooting at the Christiana Mall. The mall by, in Delaware. So we went to the movies, me and my friends. Granted, I wasn't anywhere near the mall. I think I was going to an event in Philly, and then when I was there, I was like, oh my God, there's a shooting at the mall. We going to see the Barbie movie. Before the Barbie movie, we were like, all right, we're going to get food in the food court. Boom. When I tell you I had the biggest panic attack in that food court, mind you, wasn't there, wasn't close to the event, don't know the last time I've been to the mall.
It was over a year ago.
And I was walking in and I was like, I just felt this overwhelming fear in me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep moving. And as I got like farther and farther into the mall, like my panic, like I was looking around. I was like, all right, let's say something popped off right now. Can I jump over this counter and hide back there? And I wasn't even there when it happened.
Right.
So imagine all of these kids at this party, bullets burning them by gliding past them. The amount of trauma that they now have, all because you couldn't handle the decision that you made, that you did. That is
your teenage love affected people that weren't even involved.
100%.
Like, what? Yeah, I'm with you. I'm 100%
like
with
that
you.
is just so irky. That is so irky to me. I hate things like that. Like, you chose your decision, move on, be done. I can't stand stuff like that. I can't stand it.
So Allen was arrested and confessed to committing the shooting, but indicated that it was an accident. He said that he was not in his right mind and he was very confused that night and was not thinking straight.
Sir.
Allen was, yeah, I know.
Sir. You was mad that you saw the Snapchat. You went to the party.
You were in your right mind.
With the intentions.
You were.
You were 100% in your right mind. You were mad because you didn't see her at home crying. You saw her living her best life and you was like, I bet. And not to mention, a week prior, you went and purchased that gun. So let's not say that you're not in your right mind, sir. You had all of these gears turning before the event.
Yeah. Weeks before.
He get on my nerves. He really...
Oh, I know. Allen was being held in county jail on 1 count of aggravated first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree murder, and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder. At his court appearance, Allen's lawyers pushed the question about how easy it was for Allen to legally purchase the AR-15, but how Allen was not legally able to drink. So the whole defense that Allen had going for him was how accessible it was to get a gun.
100%.
That was their defense. They blamed the gun. The gun. They blamed the gun.
So the gun walked into his hands, and the gun loaded itself, and the gun shot at all those people from the balcony. So the gun did that. The gun did that.
His whole defense was based off the fact that because Allen was mentally unstable, how was he allowed to purchase a gun? And why was it so easy for him to purchase the gun? And the store should be held liable, and it, blah, 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 blah. Like, that was their whole defense.
The store should be liable? How about, if that's the case, the whole entire United States should be liable at this point. Because the fact that there's no type of psychological evaluation when you go to buy a gun is absolutely ridiculous. There are tons of crazy people purchasing guns.
There
every day.
But at the same time, it should never be this way. It should be trusted that normal people are buying guns for a normal reason to go hunting.
They're not.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just, you want to believe the best in people, but like, this is not the store's fault.
It's not.
This was Allen's fault. This is not the gun's fault. This is not the bullet's fault. This is Allen's fault.
100%.
Allen.
They were following the law. All right, somebody coming to buy a gun. You 18 years old? Cool. Here you go.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly. They did everything they were supposed to do
100%.
as a store owner.
100%.
They got bills to pay too. Allen was denied bail and was officially charged, and his lawyer also pointed to evidence that suggested Allen has been living with untreated neurological problems and potential mental illness, and he, the lawyer, requested more time to study Allen properly. Preliminary testing did suggest that Allen has the brain development of someone years younger than a 19-year-old, but we know how the courts do. So, like, this really, really frustrated me because we've seen it in trials and trials and trials. It's like the defense will go get their own expert witness, and then the prosecution will have their own expert witness. And all they've done is they've gone out and they have found this one person that can sign a document and say, I actually vouched for this. You know what I mean? Like, and here's why I disagree. The doctor said that Allen had developmental issues. He had the brain of someone that was younger than 19 years old. But yet, Allen graduated with honors.
Facts.
Was studying software engineering.
Facts.
Played chess for fun.
Facts.
Built robots. Created a business. Marketed the business. Raised money for the business. Like, you're not going to convince me that Allen wasn't smart. You're just not.
He was probably too smart.
That
honestly.
Defense was bogus.
He was probably too smart, honestly.
So that bothered me. I was like, really?
Yeah,
What
like
doctor signed off on this?
That's what you grasped for?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing all this
Yeah.
about this man? That's what you decided to say?
So that's just, I mean, that's my opinion. I just don't believe that Allen was developmentally challenged or delayed. I just don't. I mean, my educational experiences, students and kids that are developmentally delayed are not doing all the things that Allen did and still having a social life and a girlfriend and come from a loving home and don't have any childhood trauma.
My own children are developmentally delayed. Like, come on now.
Like I'm just saying, like, you found one doctor to solidify your argument.
You probably had to search so hard for that doctor.
Exactly.
So hard.
Exactly. Makes you wonder how much you paid him. I don't know that actually happened, but that's my opinion. So on August 22nd, 2016, Allen pleaded not guilty to all his charges. But on his next court appearance on December 19th, 2016, Allen changed his plea and decided to plead guilty to the killings. It is to be noted that court documents also revealed that Allen wrote what appeared to be a suicide letter before the shooting. One part of the letter read, quote, "I can't believe I pulled the trigger. You know what's funny? The media is going to portray me as some unstable, overly emotional, crazy lunatic. There's nothing wrong with me or the way I think. I'm selfish. That's why I did this." Yeah, he wrote that. Mm-hmm. So,
but you're developmentally delayed? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got me there, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. No, it says it right there in his letter that Allen wrote in his handwriting. I'm selfish.
Wow. That's
point blank. Case solved right there. I'm selfish. He's a selfish human being. He took the lives of other people because he's selfish.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So with this new finding, and as they entered into that second court appearance in December, where Allen ended up changing his plea, defense attorney Stuart Brown said, quote, "So that is somewhat devastating in the terms of a defense." Meaning at that point, when the letter came out, the defense was like, yeah, we got nothing. Yeah. You got nothing.
You really don't.
So some also think that Allen changed his plea because Allen was looking at the death penalty had this gone to trial. And so sources say that when Allen decided to change his plea, they took the death penalty off of the table.
Okay.
And so some people say that they had no defense. That's why they changed their plea. And they wanted to get the death penalty off the table. I think it was a little bit of both. But again, my opinion.
And also, just going back to developmentally delayed.
Yeah.
But he was aware of like, ooh, I could possibly like be sentenced to death for this.
Mm-hmm. He already knew what the media was going to say about him. Like, that's the thing. This kid is not developmentally delayed.
No. He's probably gifted, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
100% agree with you.
He's probably gifted. He probably was up there on them scales, 100%.
I would actually be interested to know his IQ. So Allen's lawyer said, quote, "Hopefully this will provide some measure of closure for the victims' families." He added, quote, "The whole situation is a tragedy all the way around." Then, finally, on January 12th, 2017, Allen was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Mothers, fathers, siblings, cousins, and friends all tried to find their words to describe their loss at the sentencing, but words were hard and tears fell harder. Some called Allen a coward with a gun. Another said Allen was the biggest loser of them all. One father even blamed Allen's parents, saying Allen was raised to be a spoiled brat. Allen also got to speak at sentencing after families of the victims got to speak. Allen got to speak. And I get like it's like their last right, but like sometimes I really don't like that they have the right to speak. Like sometimes I don't know.
Like, what do you got to say?
Exactly. And maybe it's like, maybe the victims' families are like sitting there in hopes that like there will be remorse and maybe they'll say something that maybe can get them to one day forgive this person. I don't know. But Allen was allowed to speak, and He addressed the families and he said he was sorry for what he had done and had no explanation for his actions. He said, quote, "How could I have done this? I could not say." Adding a sentence about, quote, "the ease of acquiring a gun." So even Allen still blamed the store for selling him the gun. And he even said in his speech to the family that Satan was in control that night.
Sir, you're a liar. You literally wrote in your suicide note that you are selfish. You were in control of that gun. It wasn't Satan, you dummy.
Yeah. Yeah. And but he's still blaming the store too.
He is so annoying.
Allen, he's selfish. He seems a little narcissistic too. Allen said, quote, "I want to apologize wholeheartedly to all of those whose lives I've taken and all of those whose lives have been darkened by my actions." He said he was, quote, "hopeless, suicidal, and outraged with jealousy," referring to when he and Anna had broken up. He also added that Anna still visits him in his dreams and talks to him all the time. Yeah. He even proclaimed that his love for her will never wane, which is disgusting. You killed her.
And you just gonna love her? And you just gonna love her?
Yeah.
But you are the reason that she's no longer able to do all the things that she was supposed to do.
Because I don't do that to people I love.
I know that's right.
So.
They say if you love him, let him go.
And he couldn't let her go. And that's an Allen issue. Like, that's an Allen issue.
And to disrespect her family?
Yes.
By saying she still visits you in your dreams? Are you joking, bro? Even if that is true and you are dreaming of her, keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about what you're dreaming about. About
you also
what
just
you're
pissed
doing.
off the family because no, I mean, they don't want to know that. They don't. They don't want her to have any association to you anymore, even in the afterlife.
100%. 100%.
The judge said the following in Allen's sentencing, quote, "You deserve to be separated from society for the rest of your life, and you shall." Allen is currently serving his time at the Stafford Creek Correction Center. As Allen is serving his time, he has been writing, and it was reported that Allen wrote rap lyrics in prison about the mass shooting with the following snippets from his jailhouse letters.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Quote, "See me on the news, I'm about to come up." Quote, "5 shots to the face, I never slipped." Quote, blood spilling out like a rainy day." Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's a piece of work. To say it the nicest way.
Sir, I don't know what you thought was going to happen with those lyrics. I don't know if you thought Lil Wayne himself was going to come up there.
He wasn't.
And cut you a record deal.
He's not.
But to say that you had all this remorse and you were sorry and blah, blah, and then to go in jail and write a rap, not even like a "I did something wrong" rap.
Right.
You are literally
bragging, boasting
about what you did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why are even in jail? Okay. You're in prison for the rest of your life, buddy. You are. Why not put your brain to some kind of good use? Mm-hmm. Like, start a chess club. Help people learn how to do software engineering. Like, I don't know, like, you're not about to be the next Fetty Wap. You're not about to be the next little Eminem. You're not, no one's coming to give you a record deal. No one cares about your lyrics.
Sure don't.
No one wants to sing that or rap about that. And like, go away. Yeah. Go away, sir.
All the way away.
Mm-hmm. Now, the 3 lives were honored and a vigil was held at the Kamiak High School where 200 people attended on the day after the tragic shooting. A second vigil was held at a local church where 800 people attended, including the governor, who used that time to make a statement about gun violence in the country. On August 26, victims' families and friends organized a benefit concert in honor of those who lost their lives. This shooting caused a stir in the political world when on September 7th, 2016, Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson called on the Washington state legislation to pass a state law barring the sales of assault weapons. It would also restrict magazines carrying over 10 rounds and anyone who wanted to purchase ammunition to undergo a background check. But it is to be noted that Allen had no criminal history.
Mm-hmm.
So even had Allen done all of that, he still would have been able to legally purchase a firearm.
That's why they need to literally, when it's a background check, literally look into his newly created social media accounts. Look at what he's posting.
Yeah.
A psychological eval, what's going on in your life. Oh, hey, my girlfriend just broke up with me.
What's your medical history?
Red flag on the play. My girlfriend just broke up with me. You don't need a gun right now. Regardless if
you just lost your job.
You don't need a gun right now. Granted, no one's going to disclose that, but if you're going to do a background check, it's not going to be something that you just run through a website because the website's not going to show you all the other shit that they got going on in their lives. It's just not going to do that. Mm-mm.
Yep. I agree. Now, the proposal did receive pushback from the NRA, which is the National Rifle Association. And as we know, gun laws and gun violence and putting limits on guns, putting limits on ammunitions, putting limits on AR-style rifles, AR-style guns, all these things. This is still a widely talked about topic even today in 2023. I don't know that there will ever be a solution that one fits all. I don't know. I think it's to be said that, these people were using this shooting for political gain, which we see it so much. We see it. And knowing that you're pushing these gun laws and you're using this shooting to your advantage, but you know that Allen could have legally bought this gun even with your new gun laws in place. So there's always a political agenda, obviously, but I did want you to know that Washington was calling for harsher gun laws, gun restrictions, all these things, background checks, and it is still going through the court system today.
Okay.
And Allen remains around behind bars.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is the case of Allen Ivanov. Allen Ivanov. He's quite the character.
Yeah. Quit your rap game, buddy. It's not going to work out for you. I'm going to say that.
Him and Austy Frosty.
Oh, gosh. The both of them. I hope Austy Frosty is not still. Ever. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe they could put their lyrics together.
No. I don't want a collab song with either of them.
I don't either.
The world does not need that. No, thank you.
Nope.
No, thank you.
No, it does not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I just really don't. I feel like we need to do what was it, England? And they don't got no guns over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like just granted law enforcement over here, not all of them, but some of them not so good. So I don't even know if that's a safe choice, but something needs to be done.
Well, England has the military has guns and their law enforcement has guns, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure that. But
certain.
The general civilian doesn't have a gun.
I'm sorry, you don't need it.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a little sus. It's a little sus, the things
and
that
I
are
mean,
going on.
I think too, because China didn't have guns, and my husband's very pro-gun, and that's fine. Everybody can have their opinion. We can agree to disagree. It does not affect me. But China, it's just to be said, somebody who's going to kill somebody is going to do it, regardless if there are guns or not. There was a couple in China that killed each other with chopsticks. Okay. So, just stabbed him with chopsticks, sharpened him up and stabbed him.
That's
so
a horrible way to go.
A crazy person's going to be a crazy person.
100%.
Now, could it eliminate a lot? She had to really work for those chopsticks.
100%. Wow.
But
yeah, just something needs to be done. I mean,
I agree.
The fact that the other day I had to take my kids on a walk to the rally point in case there was a school shooting and where they need to run.
Yeah, same.
I shouldn't.
You shouldn't have to do that.
I shouldn't have to do that.
No, we shouldn't.
I shouldn't have to 100%. Do that. I agree. Something's got to change, but guns bring in so much money in this this damn country. So, and this country literally runs on money.
Yes, it does.
So,
even at our own expense.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how many people need to lose their lives for someone to really wake up and be like, we're doing something wrong.
We're doing something wrong in a lot of areas.
100%.
And and here's the thing. I am trying to eat better, right? Because it's my PCOS. And I have learned so many of the foods that we have in the US are banned in every other country.
100%. 100%.
Like what?
And it's so crazy because I try to give my kids good stuff, but they don't like the organic shit. Like that Annie's mac and cheese, the girls do not fool with that at all. At all.
See. It's like, yeah.
Like I would and then the red dyes and all the things about the metals and I'm just like, this is
you can't win for losing.
It's too much. It's too much. Like you want your kid to be, but you got to go through loops and bounds to do it. And as a single mom who's a teacher and also a podcaster.
Because that healthy stuff is not cheap.
It is time consuming and it is exhausting. If I had the money for a personal chef and they could chef me up something healthy for me and my kids with no red dye, no blue dye 74, 100%.
Yeah. Glucose syrup.
But baby girl's not blessed in that way.
Yeah.
I'm not. So I got to do what I got to do. But it would help. Like the Takis, I saw a TikTok the other day. Kid having stomach pains and stuff. Turns out the kid is eating Takis with hot sauce on top of it. That stuff literally eats away at the lining of your stomach.
Wow.
I don't let the girls touch Takis. They like hot Cheetos. They don't eat hot Cheetos with me. I'm not giving you that shit. I'm not.
Wow. But we approve all this stuff. And we just put it on the shelves.
Again, and then even the fake chicken that they just made the law for.
Yeah.
So now the chicken, you can't even trust chicken. Like,
I know.
What can you trust? Like, my dad always fool around like, I'm about to make my own farm, grow my own stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, you got the space for it. Go ahead, rock out, man. And let me get some of them chickens.
I feel like that's what I was just telling James. Like, that's the only way to guarantee that you know where your food's coming from.
Because you really don't know.
And what's in it.
You really don't know.
Yeah.
Put gelatin in a lot of shit and like pieces of other people, other animals.
And when they say natural flavoring, they don't even have to list what natural flavoring is.
It could be a big toe. It could be.
It could.
You know?
It really could.
You never know. It's just too much for me. It's too much. I don't want to eat no more, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Just as long as Trader Joe's don't let me down, I'll be all right. If I find out there's some shiesty stuff in Trader Joe's, I'm literally gonna go off. I'm a yell. I'm a yell at Trader Joe himself because I love him. We love him.
Yeah.
The Brent household loves Trader Joe's. Okay.
I wish we had one.
Man, I literally send the girls in the aisle like, go get your stuff, and they'll be like, okay, mommy. They go pick up their little mac and cheese, their little corn dogs. Child, just can't.
Well, that was our rant. Because, we went on a rant.
Sure did.
Thank you for doing that with us.
And it's funny because Brooke said this episode was going to be short. We're at 1 hour and 15 minutes right now.
Yeah, we talked for 20 minutes.
Oh, we sure did.
Yeah.
And the Biden machine was pretty epic news.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Well, I got to go and write this case that we're supposed to record tomorrow.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, so... Gotta bash that out, and it's already 11:28 p.m. Love that for me. We love that. We love that. So, as always, the bell don't dismiss you.
We do.
So we'll see you tomorrow. I mean, well, you won't see us tomorrow, but yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.